And hello. Hey, Evie.
Hello, hello.
Hello, and hello, Jennifer. I love it how Alison calls Jennifer Alaska. I love it. In her Chicagoan way. I didn't realize she's a Chicagoan until,
And there's Debbie Sue also. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey,
Hi,
Debbie
Sue.
Sue.
I'm going to grab my lotion.
Grab your lotion, and there's a chance that Alison might pop on too.
So she asked me to come over to her shop, her booth tomorrow. So I might do that.
Nice one.
Yeah. She said it in the comments, and I said, you can text me your the address. And I haven't heard from her, but I haven't reached out to her either.
Yep. She's so super busy. She's doing things like she's been in some Zoom call about a course or something like that, about that, saying, oh, beware, it's a little bit spammy. And she's posted us YouTube updates, like videos of the updates from YouTube people and stuff like that, which I've not seen any of those. Have you seen any YouTube update videos, or have you been busy posting on your 3 channels?
I saw,
Did you?
I saw one this morning. I did. My hair is not going right in my earbuds. Yeah, I did. I saw one. I don't know if it was necessarily an update. I've seen people talking about the importance of getting as many videos out as you can for November and December. People that have been on YouTube for a long time, like just like casual vloggy, chatting type videos, because the advertisers are hot after places to stick their ads because of Christmas coming. So she was saying it from her own person. This person I'm watching is going through a separation, and her husband is still living with her, and they're gonna like get the house paid off real quick, and then he's gonna leave. So she was saying, I have my best opportunity to make the most money November, December, because everything's gonna slow back down again in January, because the advertisers aren't going to be trying to sell for Christmas.
Okay.
So I just kind of took that as a suggestion, even though she didn't pose it like that. She's like, I'm going to be cranking the videos out because of this. So.
Okay, speaking of cranking the videos out, we were just chatting a minute ago just about what you've been doing. So do you want to share, and just for anyone watching, just share what you've been doing on your channel recently? So yeah, Evie, what's been going on for you in your 3 channels?
One channel is 5 years old, and I ignore it quite a bit. It's my bird channel. And I put a video out there on harness training today. And I have a scripture reading channel that I just started. There's 13 subscribers. I just started it 3 weeks ago, maybe something like that.
Yep.
And then my fun channel, this one, I put a video out today on, a lot of you already know my daughter passed away in March of 2021, and it was an overdose. And I have some of her journals that she kept, and I read a couple pages out of her journal today, and kind of trying to show a little bit of empathy for addiction, because it's really rough on the people that are going through it. They made a bad choice, and it's also really rough on the family. And the things I saw her go through, like in the medical field, they don't have a lot of compassion. They're tired of seeing it, and I understand. But if I felt like if I said anything at the time, and I didn't say any of this in the video, but if I said anything at the time, they would just take it out on her when I was gone, because I couldn't be there 24/7, right?
Yeah.
One of her accidents, her hip socket was broken in 3 places. And so her leg was trying to go up through her body. And so it was like major reconstructive surgery, and her hand was broken, and a lot of rehabilitation just for that alone. And the way she was treated was very, very harsh. And I felt like, she was, 30-ish years old, and I was still her mom, but I couldn't go in and defend her because I didn't want their wrath to hit her after I wasn't there to say anything. It's hard. But anyway, I want to share that with people, so if they have a family member or a friend or a loved one that's going through something like that, it gives you an inside look at what they're actually going through.
Yeah. Just looking at Mike's comment, just with having a daughter dealing with that now.
I don't see that comment. I'm looking.
Oh, I popped it up on our screen if you can see.
Oh, I have a
our
daughter
screen.
doing it now. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it in a couple years. Mike, that is so tough. It really, really is tough. She would disappear at times, and I had to just pray a lot. And I went through a lot of sleepless nights. And then when she would appear, she was never gone for 2 years, but I couldn't recognize her sometimes. Like she didn't physically look like the same person. She didn't act like the same person. And of course, I couldn't trust her in my house without being right next to her. And it was really hard. I don't want to make this a whole sob story about me.
Yeah, no.
How old is your daughter, Mike? Hi, Cheryl. And I didn't say hi to Mike. I didn't say hi to Steve either. Hello, Steve.
And Miss M.
Who? Oh, and Miss M. Hello. 34. Okay. My daughter would be 36 this year. So she had her birthday in January and she passed away in March at 32. So
Do you know what else? Do you know what else too? I mean, it's important to talk about. It's important to, like not only she's still very real to you, she's, you're still your daughter, but I think it's just really important because it must be tempting to, because it can make other people feel uncomfortable and it brings up feelings, doesn't it? People feel empathy and they feel sadness for you and things like that. And it's not always comfortable, but these are real experiences that we people are all going through, and they're real and no one's done anything wrong. People, slipping into addictions. I mean, a lot of people have got addictions. Most people have got addictions, you know what I mean? Like of all different kinds of addictions, and they're not easy, obviously. Otherwise people would be able to lift themselves out of them quite easily, I mean, just even I was reading quite a bit about Amy Schumer today and how she's lost weight, like just using, I think Mounjaro is the one that was successful, but she's just saying people just need to be honest, like all these movie stars saying that, just portion control and all of this. She's like, no, if you've had some work done and you've been on some GLP-1 and just be honest about it. It's just kind of like the more people just, will talk about things, the better.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. We've got Miss Allison there.
Hello, Allison.
Allison, are you doing Halloweeny stuff or are you working maybe?
So yeah, Karen.
Oh no. So first of all, so you said that you've posted today. So last week, Peter suggested that we all talk about a goal. Was it Peter? Julie suggested that we talk about something that for the next 6 weeks, like a bold goal that we're happy to share with everyone. And so do you want to remind us what your one was? Because we were having a bit of a chat about that and just involving the videos.
I'm going to try to post something every day. Not for all 3 channels, but something every day for this main channel, my fun channel. Because this is the only channel that I really have. Well, that's not true. My little channel has some connection to people that overflowed from this channel onto there that I know. Like I know Cheryl is always on there. And Connie is always on there. She doesn't have a YouTube channel. But I mean, this is where the majority of my friends are. So this is like, I don't want to say where my heart is because scripture is good too. And I do some of that on this channel as well. But just keep practicing, keep making more videos and trying to figure out what it is that people really are interested in. Because I had a conversation with my dad when I was making dinner and he's a writer. So he was talking about, selling books and, how it becomes a bestseller and so on. And there's really no rhyme or reason to it. And I said, well, movies are the same way. We get this, blockbuster $1 million maker. We see it. We're like, oh, okay, that wasn't as good as I was expecting. And then some movie that was out about the same time, say it was a decade ago, we end up watching it because it comes up on Netflix or something. And we're like, that was such a good movie. And I feel like our videos are the same way, that it might be a really good, heartfelt, emotional, whatever you're looking for video, but if it doesn't get seen, it just doesn't get seen. And then there may be one that you yourself did, and you're like, well, I just threw that in on the fly, and it goes off the charts.
Yeah. Which is why
and I drove home, and I had 44,000 views on it. And I mean, I guess I was emotional. It was kind of raw, but I mean, that's not the only one I've done like that. So it's hard to tell. Just because you're doing a good job doesn't mean that it'll get noticed.
No, of course not. And the whole, what were we talking about? Was it Alison might have been mentioning that? I mean, she's just hit, like, she's into her 300s now, like and she's got a lot of subscribers over the past few weeks. But we were just talking today about, we're no easy motors, either. I mean, you had a video that took off because of the content, like the value that you gave in that video, but it's got to be way less than 1% of people who, just start posting and their, videos take off and they're in the thousands. I think I was on a live. Well, I was on a live with Mike earlier in the week, and it was one of his people, I think Vicky, and she said that she made a video that really made her take off. She'd only been on for a couple of weeks, and the content was something like too poor to live, too old to live, too poor to die, or something like that. It was about being too old
to work, and too poor and something to die. Yeah, I know. I think I know.
Yeah. Too old to live.
Too old to work.
Too old to work. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. But that like hugely took off. So that was an amazing idea. And your video was an amazing idea. What's up, Boomer? Talking about working at
Home Depot
and just how he's been doing that for the last 3 years and was reluctant to talk about. Was a great idea.
Can I respond to Miss M?
Please do.
Okay. Hi. I have. This is awful. I'm so sorry to hear that you're dealing with that. She says that she has been dealing with a self-harm addiction since she was 12, and the only experience I had with that was when my son was in high school, and he was on the football team. His girlfriend was a cheerleader, and they were just as cute as could be. I mean, everybody liked them, and they were having so much fun. They were such a cute couple. And I believe my son had went like deer hunting or something with his dad. So his girlfriend came to my house, and her and my daughter were going to spend the night together. And so we're out shopping, and I'm driving in the car, and I still remember what shopping center I was in. And she says, the girlfriend says, I cut myself. And immediately, the red flags went up to try to figure out what she was talking about. And she said, I said, do you mean like you were cutting something in the kitchen and you cut yourself, or you cut yourself like on your body intentionally? And she goes, no, I cut myself on my body intentionally. And being a mom myself, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I'm like, how do I handle this? It's someone else's child. And I said, do you know why you do it? And she said, because I'm in pain and it lets my pain out. And I said, have you told your mom? And she said, no. And I said, you tell your dad? No. And from what I had experienced with this girl, she had a big school project to do, like a presentation type thing. And her parents didn't help her, like getting the supplies and so on. And I said, well, let's go get supplies. You can just do it at my house. And so we were up till, 10 or 11 o'clock getting it done. And her dad was getting mad, like she needs to come home. And finally drove her home. He answered the door in his white t-shirt and his tight little white brief underwear. And he said something to her, and she started crying. And he goes, just take your medicine and go to your room. I don't want to hear your crying. He goes, you're making me look bad. I kept my tongue, but I wanted to say, dude, you're making yourself look bad. She hasn't anything to do with it. And as it went on, she got suicidal. And I tried to talk to her mom about it, like have a conversation with her. And her mom was kind of out there, and her mom said, I know that she's feeling that way, but I probably shouldn't have said that word. Sorry. I know that she's feeling that way, but I just know that I'll see her in heaven one day if it happens. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What kind of a response is that? And she went on to be like a scantily clothed model for beer companies. And I don't know what happened to her now, but yeah, she just basically sold her body was what she was doing. Very sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hope that you have somebody that you can talk to. I hope you've reached out to somebody, because that's really, really, really important that you do that.
Mm. Yeah, she's saying her parents know. I've popped it on the screen, and they've been really supportive.
Good. And SK says, too old to work and too young to die. That was what the name.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yep, yep, yep.
Thank you, SK.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's an intriguing title for sure.
Yeah, it is.
It's scroll stopping.
Yeah. And Cheryl says cutting is very demonic. It's inner healing one needs, and only Jesus heals. But these kids that it's happening to, that don't feel like they have anyone to go to, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And some of them have some pretty bad scars. And you have no need to apologize for being dark. That's a problem that you're having. That's not you. That's something that you really need some help with. Yeah. And I'm certainly not qualified to say what kind of help you need. I'm just saying that I knew a girl that went through that.
Yeah. And look, that's exactly right, Krista. Everyone is just trying to do the best they can. I think that, you know what? I think that people do the best they can. You know, and for the dad coming in his little tidy whities and his, you know, singlet to the door and just saying, you're making me look bad, I just can't deal with this, all of that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that that's just the best that he can do at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, he's not reaching out, you know, to work out better ways to deal with things, but I guess everyone's got, you know, their upbringing and just all of that stuff, right? Yeah. So you said you published 3 videos today.
I did.
Yeah. Good effort. So how long have you been doing one video a day? Like you said, you're going for minimum a video a day.
I did one video a day from May until I think it was through August. And then I slowed down because I thought people were getting sick of them. I slowed down to a couple of times a week, no particular day. And now I'm ramping it back up. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. I'm fine.
Yeah. Totally right. Yeah. So did you say that when you dropped down your frequency though, you didn't really notice any difference in views and subscriber growth?
I noticed a difference in views, obviously, because there was nothing new to watch. The subscriber, mine is stuck. It will not get up to, I'm not at 800, not 775 or 776 right now. And it's been that way for like 2 weeks. It just goes up and down 3 or 4 at a time.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's good. And my sort of bold assertion was just making some changes on my channel after I had my couple of channel reviews. And so I sort of started doing quite a bit of that last weekend and just refreshing things, you know, like just looking at the whole kind of the colors I was using. Of course, the colors that you use, I don't believe like on your banner art and things like that. I don't think that they like move a needle substantially or whatever, but I think sort of overall. So my next video, which is going to be about personal branding, I'm actually going to be saying you don't need to have an external people like having like a little bit of a self audit on your channel. Like these are the things that came up, and these are the things that you can look for if you want to try and cast a bit of a, you know, objective sort of eye over what your channel looks like. So, because I learned quite a bit from like spending, it was probably like an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours with Claire Sarah, and then probably about 20 minutes with the oneof10.com team member person, you know. So they had really similar things to say. So, and I've just been watching Grace Andrews, who used to be the social media manager for Diary of a CEO, talking about, you know what, they've got a head of failure role at Diary of a CEO, like Flight Story. That's pretty. So she said they just wanted to run into failure as much as possible to try, because it's all feedback, it's all feedback, it's all feedback. So she said she has zero fear of failing. So I've just been watching a bit of her this morning, which was quite fun. But yeah, so I've been making changes too. I've been doing things. Yeah.
Well, if you don't do anything, you have 100% chance of failure.
Absolutely. That's right. Yep. If you just lie on the couch watching TV, you can't. Yeah. Well, you can't fail in the short term, even though you are failing. I don't know. It's not good. But in the long term, that's not good for you, is it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Extremely abusive relationship. She saw abuse being raised. Yep. The best she could. Yep. That's right. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Krista. I like the look. The channel now matches a bit more the direction. Yeah. So I'm just trying to throw some like fun stuff around, and because sometimes, like, who was I looking at? Someone had black with just white, and I thought, oh, I just really like that. It looks really clean. But actually, I don't think that doesn't reflect, you know what I mean? So it's just actually taking a step back. So I'm not very good at doing that, just taking a step back. I'm always thinking about a next video to watch, and I'm engaged very much in the present. So I'm not very good at just pausing and planning and being disciplined like that. Yes, Jennifer. Yeah. So, right. What else? So we've got a few other questions to talk about. Do you want to talk about the videos in November and December?
You mean like what they're going to be about?
Yeah, well, just the importance. We were talking about some questions to talk about.
Well, the importance of the videos in November and December is for the Christmas shoppers. The advertisers want to get their ads out there on YouTube. So if you want a last chance for growth, make some videos at the end of the year, because January, it's supposed to slow back down again, just like it was pretty slow over summer. And I think that things being in a series or in parts, I think, like, if I have an hour's worth of let's say I have 30 minutes worth of content to do, like my daughter's story. If I do 5 or 10 minutes and that's part 1, 5 or 10 minutes is part 2, and you make it clear, like I put on my title, it's part 1. So then the next video that I do on hers will be part 2, but I could start another series, which could be on, taking the fall decorations down and putting Christmas up. I could do that in parts as well. I don't have to do them back to back to back, but to make sure that you're saying, hey, you're not going to get the whole story, because I don't think I could keep people sitting in their chairs for 30 minutes anyway. But to keep them coming back, giving them the opportunity to know me better, and maybe they'll stick around. I mean, I run the chance they won't too, but maybe they will.
Yeah. You know what? I really love that too. I really love the fact that you're like, look, I'm just ramping up my content, and people should watch. Like, even in my school community this week, I saw someone say to another creator, oh, I need to catch up on your latest video. And that creator said, hey, only watch it if you're really interested in the topic, right. Which I thought was a really nice and generous and very real thing to say. Very genuine, because, the person was at least coming from a good place, a place of friendship, and I want to support you and give you some watch time. And I think sometimes, like when we're so busy, we're replying to our comments and we're thinking about that person and their channel and things like that, something, we can, we can just sort of like run around doing it all. Yeah. How's your business going, Christy? Getting close to being sane again. Christy has started a bricks and mortar business, so we can get a bit of an update. Yes, great. Yes, so November and December. And is it starting to get cold yet? Has the weather started to turn at all?
I don't have anybody here to help me with that dog. There's a delivery.
That's all right.
Front. You be quiet. Okay, what were you asking me? I think you do.
Has the weather started to get cold yet?
Yes, it's been in the high 40s, low 50s overnight, and right now it's 68. So I have the front door open, but yeah, it's fall. Fall came just overnight, like it always does. So we got a few nice days, and then it's probably just going to get too cold to open the windows.
Yeah. Okay, what about we talked about posts and polls. Like, do they help? Do we do posts and polls? Do you want to go first? I don't do many.
The only time I used a post was when I talked from this channel. I talked about the scripture reading channel that I was going to start, and I don't think that did any good. And I was responding to Steve Brocky's. I don't remember if it was a poll or a post. I responded to something he said, and today's been busy. He suggested maybe doing a poll rather than a post. I believe that's what he said. That's what I'm remembering, but I could have gotten it wrong. And I thought, well, that's really interesting to just kind of pull people in and get a conversation started instead of just stating here it is. Because, you can see the poll has those 3 lines. So it's a poll. Let's go in and see what they're asking. And then when you answer the poll, you see the percentage of people that had responded the same as you or yours was different.
That's interesting. I don't seem to recognize what a poll is. Like when I'm scrolling through and I see a post. Do you mean 3 lines looking like a little bar graph, maybe?
It's going horizontal. I'll see if I can go into comments and see if.
Polls, yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying not to make this. It wants to go live. Somebody else is on a live, and I don't want it to. Can't get it to turn.
We could do one of those reacting to someone else's live, like the YouTube updates. Do you know what? I suggested that on Rob the Maritimer's one. Man, that was so brave of him this week for anyone that was on that.
Yeah, he is brave.
Yeah. So if you were on that, what did you think of it? But yeah, if you weren't on that, he recorded a video back in his like brown armchair where we were used to seeing his first videos. So he recorded a video live, but he literally just said, I'm going to try and do it in under 2 hours, come up with the idea, record the video, edit it, and then upload it with the thumbnail and everything. Boom. Yeah.
That's what I try to do. Okay, I don't see any polls here. It's not even letting me scroll over past the posts. When you get to that line where the post is, if you just scroll over, it's 3 horizontal lines and they're like a bluish gray color. And then when you tap on it, it opens a poll up. That's asking questions.
Yes, I know how to make a poll. It's just I was saying I don't know how to recognize that it's a poll, like when I'm like looking through. So probably I do when I see it.
It's 3 horizontal lines that are a bluish gray. So you see the person's name, like it would say Steve Brocky, and then line, line, line. And it looks like it's a thumbnail, but it's actually a poll.
Okay. I will have seen it, but I just don't recall what the image looks like.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you do many polls?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, I've never done one. I would like to. I mean, it would be something fun to try.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like you've got to, I guess, it's asking meaningful questions, isn't it? Because, I mean, it's easy to put up a poll and just say, how many times have you posted this week? Or what are you struggling the most with? And I guess it's easy to respond to. So I guess you get more engagement on it, which might have been one of Steve's points.
That's what I think Steve Brocky's was. Do you struggle with content? Do you struggle with, he gave 3 different things. What's your hardest part of making a video? And then he gave 3 examples, and then you choose one, and then you can make a comment or you can simply leave. I don't know that he knows who's taken the poll.
Yes. Oh yes, I've done polls before, Krista. It's it's just people voting, which is cool. Yeah, she said they're quite fun to do, and of course incorporated humor. Yeah, that would be a change because I guess most polls are quite serious, aren't they? Like, what are you struggling the most with at the moment? Or, it's hard to do polls on a small channel. Do you mean, is it hard to do polls and get much engagement, Christy?
I would think she means.
Yeah. 4 questions max. Yeah, that's incredible. Good for you, girl. Getting those doors open. Beauty business. Yeah. So yeah, I want to do more posts though. I want to do more posts, but you know what? I don't want to do posts that are just promoting my video because I do see that quite a bit. And that's so I figure to me, the posts that I quite like, and honestly, this is probably quite unpopular to say, but I'm just going to say it. But the posts that I really like are actually a little bit standalone. They're something for you to think about. And I've got like a little bit of meat and substance, but I don't think that most posts look like that. So I guess because I don't put much thought into, so I don't post and go, hi, go and watch my video, here's the link. But sometimes creators, that's kind of like what most of their posts are. So, you know what I mean?
I see a lot of inspirational, like you can do this, keep this up, or pray every day, or I see a lot of posts like that. And some of the people
inspiring ones. Yep. Yeah, that's true. And look, and that's always nice to have a dose of inspiration because I guess we're getting a lot of that kind of stuff on Instagram, but it's nice to bring that to YouTube. I'm such a boring YouTuber. I'm boring too. I'm boring too, Jennifer. Well, I do lives. That's interesting and fun.
Jennifer, Jennifer is very, very good.
Yeah. I mean, even Rob the Maritimer talks about the quality of Jennifer's videos.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
They're just pretty. They're calming. I don't know, just the way she puts it together. It seems like she's been doing it. Like if you watch a video and then you go back and you look at their subscribers and you're like, how is she not huge? Because they're so good.
Yeah, but I mean, Jennifer, I mean, what is she on? Like, I don't know. She's getting towards 1,000, maybe 3/4 of the way there. I want to
I think
at least 3/4 of the way there. I mean, well, maybe 700s. I'm just having a bit of a guess.
Yeah. I think the last time I looked, she was in the 600s, but I don't remember when the last time was I looked.
All right, here's Krista's example. Tomato harvest showdown. Time to pick your champion. How do you harvest your tomatoes? Pick your choice below. Yeah. Post some polls. Yeah. So do you think you'll do more posts? Are you interested in doing more posts and polls, or are you focused on your videos, like just posting daily at the moment?
I would like to do a poll. And posting and polls wouldn't take very long. So I would say, why not?
See you every day, Nana. Okay, what will you do polls about? What are you in the chat? What do you like to see polls about and posts?
Something regarding YouTube. I mean, whether it's do you like what Steve Brocky did? I really like that poll. Do you struggle with? I can't remember any more of the answers to choose from at the moment, but it gets a person to think, what am I struggling with? Like today was a non-struggle day. And I don't know, I haven't seen Julie here today, but one of the last videos I watched of hers, and I don't know if it was current or old, but she was talking about if you have a block when you're writing, because she's a writer, she said you take an object, and she had a timer, a 60-second timer, and a bottle of Murphy's oil soap in the spray bottle. And she said, pick something in your house, look at it, and then give yourself 60 seconds to describe everything you saw or know about this bottle of Murphy's oil soap. And she said, the block will be gone. And I know what she means, because if I'm like kind of hyper and stressed, if I go out for a brisk walk, even sometimes walking outside helps to change the scenery, come back in, start writing something down. I'm like, it unlocks my mind. I'm in gear. I'm not just in first gear hunting for second. I'm in overdrive, ready to go. And there's so many little things that, like, maybe that would be a good poll. What do you use to get past a block?
Yeah.
Whether it's writing or
Excellent.
video. Because we can always suggest, I can always suggest to somebody, oh, well, if you're feeling stressed, go for a walk or sit down with a cup of coffee and put your feet up. But then when it comes to me, I have no earthly idea what to do to get myself calmed down, but I can sure tell everyone else how. So it's a good reminder. Settle down and take your own advice.
Yes. Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah. I make videos like that sometimes. Okay, do this, do that. This is what you do to like be confident in front of the camera. And I sit there and I do like 25 like first attempts at just getting the video going, you know, exaggerating maybe just a little bit. Okay, here's a cool one from Cheryl. Are you familiar with Claude AI? It's like ChatGPT, I've heard.
No.
Claude Evie? Who in the chat uses Claude? Claude AI is my new best friend. I even just want to make a video about it. And I've been trying to think, oh, what would I be searching up? So ChatGPT is more sort of like, I think it's quite like people talk about it as being more information sort of based, like quite a generalist. But Claude.ai is very creative. So if you are trying to come up with ideas for writing a script and just really, that is its strength. And I just love it to the point where I will use it and I'll just play around on it. And it's like just having a conversation just with an incredible creator friend. And then I just get bummed out when it kicks me out and just says, okay, you've reached the end of your X amount of free chat. I'll see you again at 5 o'clock if you want to come back. And I just go, oh, what time is it? I know that's really tragic to admit that, but Claude.ai, 100% go and have a play. And for anyone who doesn't really do much, you know, experimenting and chatting with ChatGPT and Claude.ai, the sorts of like tips that I get from lots of like really clever YouTubers is that, you know, don't just accept the first thing it, you know, pushes back to you. Because, for example, a lot of YouTubers, I think, you know, it's quite exciting when you first get to learn ChatGPT, and what it comes back with, you realize is like a whole bunch of research done, you know, lickety split quick. And so it's quite impressive. So it can be easy to just be seduced by how quick it brings back a lot of information. You know, you're just really impressed. So you can be using that like just its first, what do you call it? At first blush, you know, its first attempts, what it gives back to you. But the important thing is just to kind of look at it critically and just go, look, I like those bits, but I don't really like these bits. So you go back in. ChatGPT will definitely stroke your ego the whole time. So that's very seductive as well, you know, because you don't want to like, you know, you can just be tempted to like stop pushing it. But creatively, Claude.ai is just incredible. I mean, when I first discovered Claude, I put in there, oh, hi, can you give me some ideas about how Claude, you know, Claude.ai is better than ChatGPT? And it came back just saying, hey, look, I really appreciate the sentiment, but that's not true. Here are some strengths of ChatGPT. Here's what I consider honestly, like that just actually took me back because I was just so excited. I just thought, oh, maybe that could be an interesting video. I think you're better than ChatGPT. And so, you know, ChatGPT is definitely about the prompts. Claude.ai is about the prompts too. But it just gave me quite an educated, critical response that I was actually impressed by. Like, it was really impressive. It just said, hey, here's all the things, the blah, blah. So I was told off. I was suitably told off. But so, Cheryl, yes, get in there.
There's a time limit on it? Or what is there, like a paid version that's unlimited or something like that?
Yeah, so what we'll do is let's just have a little go on. So just like ChatGPT, it's free up to a certain point. So you might be able to ask it, let's say, 30 questions or something like that, going back and forth. And then it just times you out, you know, and just goes, if you want to carry on, upgrade to the paid plan. But you can come back in X amount of hours and go again. But I've noticed, because I've got a couple of accounts, that one seems to hold the memory down the side, so I can click back on the topics. Like Claude is like that, and ChatGPT is like that if you log in, because you can use it unlogged in or logged in. So let's just have a bit of a quick squizzy go over there. just to see what we can do. Do a share screen. We'll have a little look. Share the screen. So what I'll do is I'll find it first. Claude. AI new. And then I'll see if we can, is that sharing? No, it's cancelled. Okay, let's try again. Presenter invite, share the screen. Now, I think I'm choosing this one. Oh, here we go. Choose this one. Let's see if that works. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So how can you help today? So let's think of a question. What question should I ask it?
What's the hot Christmas toy for 12-year-old boys this year? I don't know.
Okay. Are we even loving that? I'll search for the trending Christmas toys. I love that. I love being told what they're searching for. Based on the latest trends, here are the hot Christmas toys.
Do you know how nice that looks, though? Because there's
my goodness,
STEM building kits, model building kits. There's no iPhones. There's no Game Boys. Maybe that's all in the past, but it doesn't look like there is this tech and gaming accessories. But that's not the first thing. The first three things were using your brain and your hands together.
Yes. Okay. So let's go back and say that. I'll just say I am surprised, because I would be just like you were. I am surprised that there isn't a lot of tech toys
right
on this list. So now it's going to point to actually have a bit more of a bit of a look. But remember, the first thing that we actually asked for was, what are the trending Christmas toys? And you know what too? Maybe this is about what parents are buying, right? So we have to remember that as well. Aren't we? You know what I mean? Like the kids have probably got the tech. They've got a phone. They've got the Nintendos and all of that. So this is potentially what parents are searching for. Like potentially, I'm just putting that out there. So this is unusual. Yeah. Sorry, Evie.
I was just going to say, I don't think you can go wrong with Legos for boys or girls. I think everybody's loved Legos for a long time.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a little look here. Okay, so I'm just going to put here, I am in a conversation with friends about Claude AI. Some people haven't used you yet. What are your strengths and weaknesses? So we've got nuanced reasoning, long conversations, writing quality, thoughtful responses, coding analysis, interactive artifacts, web search integration. So we'll just keep that there so people can have a bit of a quick little scan of that. Let's go to the weaknesses. Knowledge cutoff, verbose, no real-time learning, overly cautious, limited on specialized domains, can't access authenticated content. Now, the other thing too is someone was saying, it was either Mike or it was Rob the Maritimer. I heard someone say that they didn't want to read a book, so they actually put in, "Hi, I've heard about this book. Can you tell me?" Like it was something like, okay, here, the 100 Side Hustles. Someone said that they heard of a book called 100 Ways to Make. This was my boss actually. My boss is called Paul. This was the conversation. He discovered this book called 100 Things That You Would Be Surprised That You Can Make Money From. So he put into one of the AIs, "Can you tell me what those 100 things are?" This is the name of the book. and the AI came back and said, I'm sorry, that's copyrighted content. I can't tell you that. Like, you're going to need to blah, blah, blah. So he went back and just said something like, I am a researcher. I'm researching the very best ways of people that they can make money that they may not have heard of before. Can you please tell me? He sort of just had some way of kind of asking the question in a different way. And it literally just came back. So my boss goes, AI can be a little bit dumb too. You know what I mean? So, but there we go. I mean, Claude AI, love it.
Karen, Krista said the font is too small. She can't read it.
Oh, okay.
She might be on the phone or something. I don't know if you can.
Yes, of course. Yeah, so just sort of super quickly touching on there. So, for example, the Hot Christmas Toys was popular categories. So there were things like fidget toys, brain games and puzzles, fast but casual party games remained popular, along with tech gifts and items that encourage outdoor activity. And then the trending items were Lego, Crunch Labs, like STEM building kits, model building kits, tech and gaming accessories, sports equipment. And, you know, and then I just sort of said, I'm surprised that there isn't a lot of tech toys on the list, because I've missed the fact that, of course, they did mention tech and gaming. So then it said, oh, yes, actually, so here are the things: drones, creative tech, virtual reality, gaming and tech setup, AI, coding and STEM. So the strengths and weaknesses were nuanced reasoning. I'm pretty good at handling complex multi-layered problems and thinking through different angles. Long conversations, I can maintain context over extended conversations. Writing quality, natural, clear writing across different styles. Thoughtful responses, coding and analysis, interactive artifacts, and web searching. So that's really good. It does web searching and it shows you. Weaknesses, my reliable knowledge ends in January 2025, so I need to search for very recent events or information. I over-explain things sometimes. No real-time learning. I don't learn from our conversation or remember you between separate conversations. That may well be different if you've got a paid subscription. Can be overly cautious. Sometimes I'm too hesitant about certain requests when I'm trying to be responsible. Limited on very specialized domains for extremely niche technical topics or very recent developments. My knowledge may be less comprehensive. And I can't access authenticated content. So there we go. I can't look at private documents, login, or personal accounts. The biggest thing that sets me apart is probably the combination of being thoughtful and conversational while also being able to create functional, interactive content. But every AI has different strengths. It really depends on what your friends need help with. I'm just going to quickly ask it, what should I use ChatGPT for? Come on, let's ask it one more question. It's a fair question. ChatGPT and I have different strengths. So here's my honest take on where ChatGPT might be particularly good. ChatGPT's strengths: image generation. ChatGPT has DALL-E integration. Do you know what? I find it slow to come up with stuff. It goes, oh, a lot of people are asking things so far. Have you had that experience? Mm-hmm. Asking it to make your thumbnail mock-up or something? Mm-hmm. Real-time browsing. ChatGPT can browse the web more extensively in some cases. Voice conversation, voice mode, GPT store, different response style, when to use. Honestly, it comes down to personal preference and specific task. Some people find they prefer one AI's personality or approach over another. My suggestion would be try both for the tasks that matter to you. See which one gives you answers that feel more helpful and natural. And some people actually use different AI assistants for different purposes. So, yeah. What are people's thoughts on that? Who's using ChatGPT? Who's using Claude? Who's using other things?
I'm using ChatGPT, but not for creating videos. I did an Apple video. I think you saw that one, Karen. You talked about what kind of apples you have, but I wanted to know what they said, that the flavor profile was different, and what were they described as? Something very simple that either one could have done it for. I didn't even know that they would make you a suggestion on a thumbnail. That's crazy.
Yeah, so ChatGPT, definitely, you can be asking it what are some ideas for thumbnails? Or I'll ask it things like, can you scan the most popular YouTubers' styles of thumbnails And can you make some suggestions about my title if we've been having a conversation about the video? So, you know, you've got to look at it with a critical eye and everything. And obviously, if it brings up Ryan Trahan's style or Mr. Beast or whatever, you know, obviously that's not relevant. But yeah, anyone else using? Chris is saying that her polls were a lot of fun and the audience got engaged as well. Yeah, I'm sure they did. Alison's asking if we all got notifications on her poll that she put out. Giving outside help.
I'd have to ask what the poll was about because I don't remember.
Oh no, sorry. Alison just made a poll. And she was just wondering whether on our phones, like let's say we were on our phones right now, which Alison, we're not on our phones right now, to see if we got a notification. But she's probably asking, yeah, do it, Cheryl. It didn't click for me. I love Perplexity though. It's more accurate with info. Yeah. It's good. It's good to just try heaps of stuff. Like for example, I will go to ChatGPT, then I'll go over to Claude, and I'll like maybe put sort of like a bit of an outline for a script, and I'll just say, here are some bits I don't like. I think it just sort of went in a bad direction. Can you help me with these things? But actually, this last week is the first time that I've done that, to actually just think, actually have another wash over. So there we go. Yeah, and have a bit of a look. But fun. Claude doesn't retain conversations, no. But I think one of the accounts I log into, it does have it down the sort of like, what do you call it, the little contents indexy bit. It's Claude. Question, does it get to know you like ChatGPT? I think maybe just for the paid version. Yeah. Claude, check it out. Good. All right. What about playlists? We were talking about playlists. Do we put videos in more than one playlist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you?
What do you do? What do you do, Evie? I do, but now I feel a little bit like I've overused it, and I might have put a video. Like, I know it's easier to go tick, 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 but now I just feel a bit overwhelmed with the fact that some of my playlists look like they've got 95 videos in it. And now that I want to tidy it up a little bit more, I'm a little bit like, oh, okay, I've really got to have a bit of a session, because I think that it's easy to tidy up. I want to remove some.
It is easy
to tidy up.
Yeah, like when I did my Apple video, I decided that I wanted to change the title of the playlist to, I had a cooking. So it was, now I changed it to cooking and food. So they're all lumped together. And then as soon as I took everything out of the cooking playlist and I moved it to cooking and food, and some of them even overlapped, like you said, I put it in retirement as well. And I was like, I'll scrap that. So I just left it in cooking and food. And then I went back and deleted the empty playlist with cooking only.
Yeah. So is it easiest to do it from YouTube Studio?
That's where I did it on my computer. Yeah. I just created a new playlist, and then I started going through, and then when it was all, so it brought up like everything I had under cooking. And as soon as I moved it to cooking and food, then that video would be gone. It wasn't like, which one did I move? It was physically gone. And then I ended up with this one that said cooking, and it looked like the domino with the 3 dots, like it was empty. It said 0. And then I just deleted that playlist.
Yeah. I don't want to have too many playlists. Do you? Or do you want to have as many as you need to have?
Yeah, I like a lot of playlists, because some of mine I'm going to TJ Maxx, and some I'm cooking quesadillas, and some I'm talking about apples, some I'm talking about my daughter. And so I think when I let YouTube select my next suggested video, I think it's going off of the playlist that I created that in, rather than if somebody wants to only look at, because I've had people say, I only like your cooking videos. So they're not going to want to watch TJ Maxx. You see what I'm saying? So
I do, definitely. Yeah, you've got so many topics. You've got so how many playlists roughly do you think you have then?
Probably 12 or 15.
Yeah. That sounds
At least
good.
12. I would say 12, but maybe a little more.
So I'm just looking at your comment. Jennifer saying she doesn't use anything AI because I use a phone, no computer. So Jennifer, are you editing all of your videos on your phone? And what I'm sure I've asked you before what editing software you use, but that's incredible editing to be doing all of that on your phone, because I think a couple of times I've edited longer videos on.
She's got the skills of a 12-year-old if she's doing that. I think you're frozen, Karen. I'm letting her know. I don't know if she knows. Anyway, I will go on to say, can everybody hear me? Can you hear Karen? Because I can't hear Karen. Maybe you can't hear either one of us. Well, maybe I'll just type it. Oh. Can anyone hear me? I imagine Karen's going to come back. Oh, you can hear me, Krista. Okay, good. Because she just froze right in the middle. But so let's go back to, I imagine she's going to come back in. Hi, Rosani. So yes, if you are using, I've never used Splice, but if you use Splice on your phone, that's crazy. I can't imagine editing with my finger. Hello, Karen.
Yep, we're all good. We're all good. Thank you. Are you back on? Yeah, we're back on. Sorry about that. Splice. Well, you must have little fingers. Well done, Jennifer. Like to be bringing your music as well, because you use Epidemic Sound. So that's like you downloading from Epidemic Sound. I think you use Epidemic Sound. I think if you mentioned.
Do I?
Yeah. Do you? I think
yes,
Jennifer. Yes, Jennifer does too.
Yes.
Yeah. And do you as well, Evie?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Epidemic Sound is so beautiful.
It really is. It's so easy to use.
Yeah. And do you guys who've got Epidemic Sound, do you find yourself listening to music and making little playlists just, when you're doing other things, just sort of looking for good music?
It's only for videos, but I should get a playlist, like, with Christmas coming, might use some Christmas music, but I've got I'll do a search for dramatic or sad or peppy or calm or peaceful. So I should put those in a separate playlist so I don't have to go and download every time I make a video, which is what I'm doing. And Jennifer is also a good example of somebody that would need playlists, because she said she needs to clean hers up, but she's got the radiation that she's going through right now, and that is a playlist, and that is going to speak to a lot of people that are going through or going to go through what she is and has. But then when she's talking about her clothing orders and her paint on the walls and her bay window that has mushrooms in it, somebody that's going on there for cancer treatment may not be in the frame of mind to listen to something like that. And that would be really beneficial, supportive, to have those all in one playlist.
Oh, so Evie, you can hear me, can't you? Can you hear me, Evie?
Yeah, that was before. I was telling you, you were just
when we froze.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, what have we got here? Don't put dates in the titles of your playlists because that hinders any videos that may go evergreen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're all, and here's Sally.
Oh, well, hello, Sally.
Hey, Sally. And Rosani is answering trick-or-treaters. Did everyone have lots of trick-or-treaters, coming to their houses? Or if you live a little bit more remotely, you may not have, of course.
It's dark here. This is the first Halloween I've been home from work before dark. So I have no idea what to expect.
Is that what you meant on our email when you said I've worked for 40 years, after dark and not coming home? So that's what you meant. Yeah.
So I don't know what to expect. As soon as it gets dark, I'm going to close my front door. I've just got the storm door screen open because I don't have any candy to give out, so I'll leave my light off.
Yeah. We bought some candy and then we waited and then we ate it when it was like late. That's what else are you going to do with it? Yeah. My husband just goes, oh, I've got these little sweets. I'm like, oh, great. And then we ate that packet and I'm like, did you get other things too? Like maybe mini crunchy bars? I do fancy a mini crunchy bar, like 5 of them. But, I know this is why they make the actual like biscuits, like they'll make minis in the bags, like just some of the which ones do I like toffee pops. I don't know if there are toffee pops in the US, but they made them like little minis. So they're so cute and it's just evil marketing, right? Like when you hit the supermarket, the whole thing is like designed for you to like spend and buy lots of rubbish.
And the big bags of the small candy bars, they call those fun size. Well, if that's fun size, fun size should be like really big.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it looks like in your stomach, even though you've eaten all the little ones. Yeah. Yeah. No trick-or-treaters for people. I may have a few raccoons show up. Yeah, exactly. Close up the house, eat junk food and watch thrillers. Totally. Yeah. And just go sightseeing for trains. I love that part. Yes, I was talking about you, Jennifer, actually there's this lady, she was the lady on the Vid Summit live. Melissa was her name. She was, I was going to say Wrangler Jeepers Wranglers.
Oh,
Wranglers Jeepers, the Wranglers Jeepers lady.
Yeah.
Wranglers Jeepers lady, yeah. So she lives in Alaska and she was mentioning trains. And so I said, oh, I know, Jennifer loves trains. Hey, Deb and Mike. Wow, do you know whose video I quite enjoyed seeing this week? Is Nancy from, what is her channel called? I want to say On the Road with Nancy, but it's not. It's her RV channel, Nancy. But she was talking about the downsides. Someone will know. Nancy and the RV life. But it was really interesting to hear her talk really frankly about the downsides of solo RV life. And she's so good at YouTube. She's so good at giving information. Like her channel is like 5,000 something. Maybe she's up 6 or something more by now. But what is Nancy's channel? I'm sure some of you guys watch Nancy, but just the absolute sheer reality of doing everything by yourself, because she said it's not the Instagram life, everything by yourself, the physicality of doing everything, all the planning, the mental strain of decision making all by yourself all the time. Nancy in my own lane. Hey, Rhonda, that's it. Nancy in my own lane. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not even living that life, but she's so cool to listen to. And yeah, and I guess it's the dream for a lot of people to just go off RVing, sell everything up, buy yourself an RV. And she talked about finding reliable repair people in every town when things go wrong. Like you've got to research and ask like who's good. You get very good, she said, at describing what the problem is. She's had to learn to fix things by herself. She takes photos of exactly what's gone wrong, so that if over the phone there hasn't been the clearest communication about what she needs and what she believes they can fix in a certain time frame. So she said she's really learned to just bolt everything down and just not take any chances, so that if she goes all the way across town to get a repair done, then someone isn't going to go, oh yeah, no, we can't actually fix that. I thought, all of that. So she's really cool to listen to.
Yeah, and it's not as people think it is, living life out there on the road, because you have to buy things in smaller towns where it's more expensive, including fuel, and you've got refrigeration, you've got internet problems and just electricity and all those kinds of things. I think that would be really hard to be vlogging without a home. I mean, without a stationary home where you had Wi-Fi and you had electric and all the things that come along with the house.
That's right. Hey, Dora. Yep. And that's exactly what she said. And she just said, and on top of that, I'm a YouTuber. So she just said, like you'll see me capture a shot, but I've tried 5 times to do that, or 25 times, because just like us, sometimes you don't press record So she said she's literally cried about times that she just thought, right, this is the opportunity to get something. And it was a brilliant piece of footage. And then sort of when she's got to her destination and everything, she hasn't recorded it. But just what I was quite intrigued about was she just said the mental strain of the decision making, everything is on your shoulders all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But she loves driving and she loves it all. But even, just like, the loneliness, getting to meet some people, a lot of people perhaps are in couples.
Right.
Solo living van life is fascinating to watch. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Plus, I think, you know what? I think there's really something in trying to do these things instead of like planning for too far down the future, because, every day is a blessing. We can't take anything for granted.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. What was your training about, Rhonda? Happy Halloween, Dora. Did you do some fun stuff? Did you do a Halloween live? Does anyone want to pop on and say hi for like the last 5 or 10 minutes or something of us on our live? Just let me know and I'll pop the link on. But no pressure, because, you're all driving somewhere, doing other things, editing your videos, tidying your house. Verbal de-escalation. All right, we need some tips, please. What did you learn? Who took the training? Oh, she did. All right, I'll have to go catch it. Verbal de-escalation. I guess as opposed to physical de-escalation.
But like if someone's going to jump off of a bridge or somebody's going to punch the other person and you're the calm, cool cop and you walk up and you're like, hey, guys.
Hey, guys. Take it easy. Let's save something for New Year's Eve. No. A witch exercise on my live. What was your witch exercise about?
The nose wiggle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How much does Nicole Kidman look like that actress? Tabitha, whatever her name was.
I don't know.
I don't know. Did you see Nicole Kidman do Bewitched like many, many years ago?
Mm-mm.
Did you see that program Bewitched as a kid?
Yeah, I know what the original Bewitched is, but I never watched the one with Nicole Kidman.
Oh, got it. All right, heard of Poi. Yes, that's what I was doing exercise-wise. Awesome. All right, we'll just see if Rhonda has got my bus drivers have to do de-escalation training, as you can imagine. All right, Rhonda may be moving around and doing other things. So, yeah, should we wrap up, Evie?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, you're ready. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Evie. Thank you for the lovely conversation. I'm glad you could make it on with me because everyone's busy this week. So thank you so much for making the time today after you've done 3 videos as well. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks so much. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.